Hi guys, it's Alicia. I just had a question for you all. So, I was in my bathroom and I was curling my hair because I have a friend coming over in a while. And she's going to ask me some very in-depth questions, so I had a few very in-depth questions of my own pop up. And I was wondering, when you go to see a psychic about your life or death, or you have some weird question you want them to foresee in the future and tell you what's going to happen in your life, why do psychics have to ask you your name? Shouldn't they know it? Or do they know it and they just ask you anyway to make you think and feel like they're just appreciated because you might feel kind of like you're being stalked or something if you just walk in and they're like, "Hi, how you doing?" and they know your name. Like, I think I'd be kind of freaked out if I walked into a store, walked into a doctor's appointment and I hadn't even given anyone my name and they're like, "Hey Alicia, what's up?" and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm fully freaked out now." Wouldn't you be? Another question that crosses my mind is, when you talk to psychotherapists and psychiatrists, they always ask you how you feel, or what you're thinking, or why you feel a certain way about something. And why do they ask you that? Is it because they want to pick your brain? It's like, if they're psychiatrists, shouldn't they pick your brain without you having to answer all these ridiculous questions? I don't know how I feel. That's why I came to talk to you. Aren't you supposed to make everything in my life clear? It's just kind of confusing to me. Makes me wonder. And when you see, like, doctors, and you make an appointment because you're sick, or you have some kind of wound, or you got hurt, or something's been hurting for forever, and you just finally went in because you're sick of being in pain, and Advil did not do enough for you, they always ask you what hurts. And you tell them, like, "My toe hurts." Why? I don't know. Why do you think? I don't know. I walked into a wall. It's like, I do stuff like that all the time. I walked into a fence today, and I had this lovely bruise back here a while ago, but it's gone now. Well, yeah. And I fall over every day. Like, there's this wire at my school that goes across like this, and it's only like 2 feet off the ground, and I'm walking, and I think I've got I go to start walking, and I lift my left leg up, and I put my left leg over, and I lift my right leg up, and I think I've got my leg over, but apparently I don't. And I start to bring it down. It catches on the wire. I fall forward, catch myself on one hand like I'm doing some kind of freaky push-up. And I'm standing there suspended, and my friend's up there, and I just hear her start laughing, and my leg hurts already, and I'm like freaking out about it. And then I try to push myself up with my one arm, and my other leg's in the air, and it's like, and finally I get myself up, and it hurts so bad, and I'm like laughing because they're all laughing, but really I want to cry, but you have to look cool in front of your friends at school, so you can't cry. And so I didn't, but it like hurt so freaking bad. And I told my mom about it because I had this weird little bump on my leg and like this blue bruise, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like I tripped on this wire and now I've got this." I mean, this happens to me all the time, and it's so ridiculous. Anyway, doctors ask you what's wrong with you, and it's like stupid. I mean, last September I stepped on an X-Acto knife, and I like split an artery in my foot, and I couldn't walk till like November. And it was ridiculous. Like, it was sitting in this pencil cup, and it didn't have a cap on it, of course. And I was reorganizing my room, and like it was on my floor, and I came home from school, and I was just changing into shorts, and like I just brought my foot down, and it just went inside my foot and freaking cut my artery open, and there's blood shooting everywhere, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And so I run up the stairs, and I'm screaming, "My mom, mom, mom!" And she's like, "What?" Assuming nothing's wrong. She's like, "What's wrong now?" And she sees blood spurting, and she like throws me to the ground, and like gives me a pillow, and like she pulls open the wound and like pours alcohol in it, and like freaking out. I screamed. I thought my phone was on fire. And then we went to the doctor next day, and they were like, "Oh, if you had brought her here, we would have soaked it in this totally weird solution, alcohol crap, that would have like cleaned out all the germs, but really it would have hurt, but like not as bad as the alcohol." It's like, "Mom, why couldn't you not have just taken me to the ER?" I do stuff like this all the time, and I know that like totally ranks up the bills to have to go into the ER all the time, but like now I have this awful, horrible purple scar on my foot, and sometimes I still can't walk. And it really sucks, you know? I mean, maybe that's why I trip all the time. Maybe it's not just my bad luck. Maybe I just can't walk. So parents should think about that, you know? Take your kids to their doctors. And take them to psychiatrists. Even if psychiatrists are weird and maybe partly crazy, but hey, if you have to go see one, you might be partly crazy yourself, right? So you shouldn't have a problem with that. And back to psychics, I mean, like, if they have to ask your name, then maybe they're not a psychic, and maybe you should rethink your appointment. All I have to say. Bye.